Hello there, it's Gracie. Welcome to a new video for my handmade flower series here on YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to make flowers with a different technique using printing paper and cutting out petals of regular flower shapes to layer your flower even more. Today I'm using Marvy Uchida Punch Flower Punch. I don't remember the name, but if I do, I'll be adding it below on the description. What I did is I punched several flowers from regular printing paper, but I used color paper. Try to choose a nice color that you know would work well with handmade flowers. And first thing I'm going to do is try to cut a bit, just a tiny bit between each petal. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to spray it. But instead of using water, this time I'm using Perfect Pearl Mist. The reason I'm using this instead is because it will help the flower keep its shape. And because of the chemicals or whatever product it includes that helps the flower keeps its shape, especially because since we're using printing paper and printing paper is way thinner than cardstock. I'm separating the petals. You can see here how with just cutting in between the petals once you wet it, it actually separate the petals. So I'm gonna grab 8mm McGill stylus, ball-ended stylus, and I'm gonna try to round those petals. The way to shape this petal in order to get that curl effect is to move the stylus towards you. But what I do is I go around the edges of the petal first, just like that, and start curling the edges and distressing the edges, and then I move the stylus towards me, just like this. And you can see right there how by pressing the stylus and moving it towards you, you get a curl petal, just like that. See? What I'll do is I'll let them dry. I'll let all these petals dry, and so that we can put the flower together. Okay, so my petals are dry, and now I'm going to put the flower together using the UHU all-purpose adhesive. And what I did is I cut a random piece of random circle from scrap cardstock. And first thing I'm going to do is add adhesive to the ends of the petals. The size of the circle that you cut may influence the size of your flower, so keep that in mind. Okay, so here is how my flower looks like. I haven't finished yet with it. I'm gonna go back to it once I make my flower bud. I also made a flower bud using the same petals. I used about 3 of them. You can use more if you like. And what I did is I simply adhere the petals to each other to create a bud. So I added a bit of adhesive around the edges of the petals on the back. And then I just added the next petal to one side, just like that. I'm going to add a bit more of adhesive here. And then I just adhere the next one here, like that. See how it's coming together nicely? So to finish it, I adhere the ends of the edges of these 2 petals that are now like they look open right now. So if I adhere a little bit of adhesive right here on this edge, I can close that flower bud just like that, as simple as that. Okay, see? Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you look closely, you'll see that some of my petals actually tear a bit right there. I don't know if you can tell, but it doesn't matter. You can actually correct that with adhesive and with the layering you do with your flower. Now I'm going to go ahead and embellish this. Okay, my flowers are ready. They're dry and they're embellished with a pretty brad. And I left the petals as they were, but you can certainly add more detail to them by sponging ink on the edges or spraying more product. But that's it really. And I'm gonna show you now the card I made using this beautiful flower. You can see how it looks like a poppy flower. Here is a card I made using these flowers, this same technique. You can see how the paper resists the shape and keeps the shape thanks to the spray that we used. And this is it. If you like to know the details to this card, please check out the link below. If you like this video, I hope you give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon.